so our templates feature is a very powerful addition to the Inventory Plus software. So for instance, we are giving users some off-the-shelf templates of different types of property, so whether it be a house or a flat and an apartment, and then based upon the sort of general conditions. So a good standard, for instance, would be a recently refurbished property. A fair standard would be a property that's maybe showing some signs of wear. So when users actually set up the property, so in this case I've zoomed in on a screenshot of somebody choosing a house, and these are the templates, the off-the-shelf templates that we've presented the user with. Now we do have to load those in. You can do it yourself, but equally if you want us to do it for you when the trial account or the account is set up, then just get in touch and we can sort that out for you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump from this screenshot and go straight into the apps, because I've got a template report that's been set up. So I've set up a house and I've made the assumption that it's a fair standard. And as you can see, when you're actually at the property, as we are on this screen, we're working offline, which is the quickest way to work using the app. We always recommend that users are offline when creating reports at a property. If you're using your phone, you can do so by putting it to airplane mode, or when prompted when setting up the report, it will ask you actually within our app, would you like to work offline? So we always recommend that. So, but if I go, for instance, into the rooms and spaces field, you can see in here that it then presents me with a list of all the relevant rooms that have been set up for the property. If I go into the entrance hallway, I can then see the items associated with the entrance hallway. So if I go into the general overview, you can see that we've made the assumption, because it was a fair standard template that was used, that it's consistent with age, there's a neutral smell, no smoking or pet odours, and we then said that it's a fair condition and a fair cleanliness. So a user can then take the overview photos of the room, which is something we always recommend because of course that saves you from taking unnecessary individual pictures of each plug socket, for example. If I then move on to the next item, you will see that on the front door, using our template, we pre-populated that there's some light surface marks on the front side and the reverse, that the glazing is in a fair condition, and we also refer the user, or indeed the end reader of the report, to refer to the photographs for any significant defects. Now, of course, the final PDF does have a hyperlink through to photographs for that item, and they are automatically attributed to the item, so in this case the front door. So if I then move on to door frame and skirting, you can see that there are, we made the assumption that there are some light surface marks, and to refer the user to the photographs for any significant details. But of course this is all very powerful, because when users get there, if they then want to add some further detail, some finer detail, they might say it's a UPVC frame, that the skirting board is gloss painted wood, and then it's white gloss. Now, upon doing that as well, you'll see that it uses a combination of the free type field and of course the library that we've presented users with as well. Now, going forwards, when this tenant were to leave the property, you can then copy the contents for that report over to the next tenant. So actually, as you build up information and data against the property, it can be recycled and used over and over again. So the system does become very intuitive going forwards. So there we have templates which can be used online or offline. It's a very powerful feature and a huge time saver. If you have any questions or wish to see the guide, you can do so from the desktop via viewing the help desk library, or of course pick up the phone and get in touch if you have any questions.